Hi all, this is a presentation on trees that we're going to be doing on today. I'm going to give you a short quiz to do in the assignment section, and this is how we're going to be kind of operating over the next couple of days and weeks, for however long it may take. Okay, so the parts of a tree. So what's the leaves, branches, trunk and roots. The leaves we're going to explain in a while. The branches, and the roots. So the roots anchor the tree and absorb moisture and minerals from the soil. It also, I suppose, is the main stability mechanism during a storm to stop the tree from falling over. The trunk is like the spine of the tree, and it helps support the branches and is the main source of wood that we can use for commerciability and for turning it into planks for use in houses and furniture and everything else. The bark protects the wood on the inside from attack from animals, insects, and so on. The leaves, I suppose, are used to produce food for the tree to grow. They collect sunlight and they leave off excess water. So trees can either grow from one of two sources, either from seeds like an acorn or a helicopter or conkers, or from a clipping from a hedge or a tree would be called a cutting. They can be scattered by a lot of different means. Some simply just drop from the tree and land on the ground. Animals play a big part in dispersing them around the place. Wind can disperse them, and waterways like rivers and stuff can also carry them downstream. Birds and insects also. A cutting is taken from existing tree and replanted in a warm, humid environment like a polytunnel, plastic polytunnel. It should eventually develop roots and survive as a growing tree. They usually get the cuttings get kind of potted into little plants with some soil in it, and they're given nutrients to grow, and they get strong. Seeds burst from the tree. After some time, the seed germinates. It requires moisture and warmth. The seed itself contains food necessary for germination. After germination, the radicle grows down into the soil. That's called geotropism, like geography and soil. And then the pumil shoots up towards the surface. That's called phototropism. Okay, going towards the sunlight. The plant is now called a seedling. Seedling grows into a sapling as the tree begins to get strength. That's a little diagram of that. Going from the seed to the seedling to the sapling, and then it can be planted outside then on its own. So tree growth, I suppose the processes include osmosis, photosynthesis, and transpiration. Osmosis is the ability of the roots of the tree to absorb water and minerals from the soil like a straw. They will find water anywhere in the soil. The water and the minerals travel up through the roots, root, trunk, and branches, through the xylem cells, just underneath the bark. The xylem cells are narrow, thin, which allow moisture to travel up through them using capillary action, exactly like a straw. Photosynthesis is the ability, it's a complicated process, I suppose, but it's the ability of a tree to make its own food. So it takes in, the process involves the tree absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, leaving out oxygen. It also involves leaving off excess water, taking in sunlight, and it's a whole chemical reaction going on there. Photosynthesis produces glucose, which is food for the tree, and oxygen. Transpiration is the loss of water from the leaves by evaporation. Transpiration is like a tree sweating, and it leaves off excess moisture that the tree isn't using. It occurs through tiny pores called stomata found on the underneath side of leaves. When there is little water available in the soil, like during the summertime, the stomata close. Okay, so the tree structure, we've got the bark, which protects the tree from animals and deer and stuff like that from when they be sharpening their teeth. It prevents the tree from getting damaged. The bark, the bast or the phloem, this is where I suppose it conducts synthesized food. And the cambium layer, because that's really where the xylem and the phloem live, and it involves water going from the roots to the leaves for the process that we just talked about, photosynthesis. The sapwood is the part of the tree that is just recently grown, and it's quite high in moisture compared to the heartwood, which occurs in the middle of the tree. It's a little bit lower in moisture content and is a lot harder. During the drying out, during the conversion process of the tree into planks, we want to separate this stuff from this stuff. This is a little bit better of an image. So during the conversion from a tree into planks, we want to separate this heartwood, which is grown many years ago, from the recently grown stuff, because they have different moisture contents and they both dry at different rates. That's what I was just talking about there. As the tree, so sapwood, as the tree grows, layers of cells are added to the sapwood. It is light-colored wood in the trunk. As the sapwood carries nutrients and moisture to the leaves from the roots, it is moist, therefore is prone to attack from fungi and insects. So when we want to get the plank out of there, which is what we're doing woodwork for and why we're actually studying this topic, we want to separate the sapwood from the heartwood. Okay, so the darker coloured wood is the heartwood. The pith is like the spine. So the annual rings, that will be one summer's growth, the lighter area, and the winter's growth will be the darker area. So one full year's growth is going from the start of one light area to the end of one dark area. And this is the image of the timber under the microscope. You can see the little, I suppose, straws or fibers in the wood going vertically in the tree from the roots to the leaves. And that's it. Good stuff.